You're watching TVC Breakfast. Let's check out the top stories in the papers this morning, beginning with the Punch newspaper. Ahead of the governorship election in Edo State, we understand that 35,000 cops have arrived at the state as joint forces begin patrol with the military, NSCDC, as well as EFCC personnel backing up the police team. INEC also tracking ballot boxes movement. That's the picture story there. Okay, not that actually, but the police parading more than 2,700 suspected kidnappers and others with about 4,087 ammunition rounds. 3 marketers to import 141 million liters petrol as 20 governors borrow fresh 446 billion naira as revenues tumble. On the Nigerian Tribune, PDP Board of Trustees meet Wike behind closed doors as Governor dares FCT Minister saying you cannot set Bauchi on fire. Insists PDP Governors Forum stands by Governor Fubara. And banditry, killings now, no room for excuses. General T.Y. Danjuma tells service chiefs. And from a senior advocate of Nigeria, still on the issue of Dangote petrol, it's illegal, he says, for NNPCL to fix price of Dangote petrol. Femi Falano says there. On the Nation, and banditry now, as well as killings, Danjuma tells service chiefs. Ribadu is quoted there, the National Security Advisor, that is arms control law operational. The Interior Minister also profiles reasons as to why insecurity persists. Now, Cameroon begins release of water from Lagdo Dam as agency puts Rivers, Adamawa and other states on alert. CBN to maintain 5% loan cap to government. And JAMB unveils plan to boost education access to people living with disabilities. This Nigeria, no excuses and banditry and killings. T.Y. Danjuma charges CDS Musa. Delivery of 10,000 CNG conversion kits begin nationwide. As federal government, LGA share 1.2 trillion naira revenue for August this year. Silent Times is next. Other stories there read Nigeria's external reserves at risk due to petrol subsidy removal. You are frustrated, Bala Mohammed knocks Wike over threat against PDP governors, and how I was duped. A lesson from Pastor Enoch Adeboye. Blueprint is next. Let's tackle misinformation together. Idris tasks China Media Group. Borno flooding, still a talking point here. NEDC tops with 3 billion naira, Dantata 1.5 billion naira, as victims get more than 7 billion naira support. Finally, with me is the leadership newspaper. FG alerts on Cameroon's plan to open Lagdo Dam. Agriculture can save 109 million children from dying come year 2050. Bill Gates says hardship getting out of control in Nigeria. That's from General Abdul Salami Abubakar. Olamide.
I begin here with the New Telegraph and Abdul Salami to Tinubu. Listen to Nigerians' hardship getting out of control. That's the big story here. Kicks against palliative distribution. President not interested if Nigerians are living or dying. Lukman says Tinubu has demobilized, destroyed democratic structures. Nation back to era of arbitrary arrest. Detention of journalists, labor leaders, opposition. Tinubu orders FRC to improve highway monitoring, reduce road accidents. Federal government evolves new measures to combat terrorism financing, list integrity, document authentication, identity, others. On Maiduguri flood, Senators reps Obi Dantata Marwa donate over 1.6 billion naira to victims. And ahead of the Edo election, 379,245 PVCs still uncollected, says INEC. Some stories on the front page of the New Telegraph to Nigerian News Direct. FAC August allocation to government chairs drops. 11.4% as authors share 1.203 trillion naira. All revenue slump, FX fluctuation are responsible. And yearly bus facilitates donation of 120 million naira worth of fertilizer to Borno government. President Tinubu has sent bill for establishment of Small Arms Control Center into law. PDP agrees to sign peace accord as Ighodalo boasts of victory without Wike. The major stories on the front page of Nigerian News Direct. So the Daily News Hub, petrol subsidy removal threatens Nigeria's external reserves. CBN cries out, says foreign reserves now $36.08 billion only. Apex Bank blames lower crude oil earnings, fuel subsidy removal, rising import bills, and increased external debt servicing obligations for developments. President Tinubu too rich to loot Nigeria's resources, says Minister. Federal government states councils share 1.0203 trillion naira for August 2024. 18 killed in Shagamu Benin Expressway auto crash. Sad one there. In Edo State, the Deputy Governor, Philip Shaibu, slams 50 billion naira lawsuit on Obaseki's 6 others. These are the major stories on the front page of Daily News Hub. To Business Times, fuel subsidy removal orders pose risk to Nigeria's external reserves, CBN is saying. They say Nigeria's output growth expected to maintain positive trajectory in 2024-2025. Suspend policies that may impoverish Nigerians. Nasmed versus federal government says increase in VAT will make prices of goods services to shoot up. CBN expands e-Naira capabilities for government transactions, enhance integration. The major stories on the front page of the Business Times. So the first news, CBN exposes grave danger, external reserves endangered by fuel subsidy removal. Lukman pleads with OBJ, IBB, to save Nigeria from intensive care units. Danjuma urges military to end banditry killings in Nigeria. Peter Obi, Labour Party leaders visit Borno, donate 50 million naira amid flood crisis. Over 15,000 displaced by Jigawa floods take refuge in schools, says Sam Abbas. And on the global education crisis, 404 million students displaced by floods, World Bank urges action. That's all on the first news. To Daily Independent, CBN says external reserves at risk on back of fuel subsidies court. The defies NAS, maintains the federal government ways and means advances at 5%. Warrant security, infrastructural issues may worsen inflationary pressures. No more excuses, Danjuma attacks the CDS service chiefs to end insecurity. President Tinubu did not ask Cardoso to resign. The presidency is saying. Aviation unions suspend planned strikes over 50%. Agencies IGR reductions. These are the major stories on the front page of Daily Independent. To the Daily Times. The big story here, FCT residents panic over tremors as experts urge prompt evacuations. Gunmen attack occupants of Delta official car near Government House. Vanish with millions. Federal government unbundled 115 Unity colleges. Nigeria makes case for Borno Zamfara flood victims at AU Parliament. The major stories on the front page of the Daily Times. Still the Platform Times. Police arrest 199 alleged sexual offenders, 186 kidnapped suspects, 2,355 others in 1 month. Ogun Monarch stakeholders call for more support as 13 inmates graduate from the National Open University in Ogun Correctional Facility. Abure no longer Labour Party chairman, INEC says. Troops neutralize 4 terrorists, rescue 20 kidnapped victims in Kaduna. Ogun pensioners laud Governor Abiodun for 5.3 billion naira gratuity payment, urge further adjustment. It is getting out of control. General Abdusalami Abubakar worries over hardship. The major stories on the front page of the Platform Times. To the Nature News, Tinubu plans National Disaster Relief Fund as Borno recovers. WFP to offer assistance worth 147.9 million naira. Shehu of Borno demands probe of Alua Dam collapse, devastating floods. Dantata Dangote bills the Borno Flood Relief Fund with 2.5 billion naira. The major stories on the front page of the Nature News. And finally in the Sporting Live, on Europe's top 5 leagues, Boniface Lukman, Light Yamal King listed. Cooper backs Ndidi for Eagles number 10 role, says that is where he should play. Moses Simon gets a Port Award, and the Man United prepare contract renewal for Dalo. The major stories on the front page of the newspapers this morning, Kemi.
All right, and of course, among them, there's quite a number of stories, when you look at all the papers. But let's take a break now. When we return, we will be talking about the coming Edo governorship election, which is happening in less than 4 days from now, with residents already anticipating the outcome of who will be the next governor after Saturday. When we return, we'll ask our guests on the level of preparations for INEC and even the voters. Stay with us.